Yo, what's up? What's up? This is an awesome view, yo. It's real live. It's real up in your face. Oh my goodness, I might have to turn this down just a tad bit because it's just a little too big going on there. So, can you see my shirt? Can everybody see my shirt? You might have to get a little bit right side up to see it. But if you're reading backwards, it says, I'm just that good. That's what I am. I'm just that good. My name is Tyrone Glover. I'm the CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery. And again, my shirt tells it all. I'm just that good. I love credit. I love credit. I just wanted to give a shout out to my guys here in Yonkers, CYI. Yonkers is, it's on point. It's on point. It's a great city to live in. It's a awesome mecca to be close to, which is New York City. So Yonkers is my it's my home. It's where I am now going to change the way that I see things, change the way that I do things, change the way that I interact, change the way that I'm going to literally get out there and help the people of Yonkers. I love what I do, and what I do is credit. Credit. Everybody's like, wow, credit. Another one of these guys who wants to talk about credit. I don't just want to talk about credit, I live it. And you should live it as well. Because without it, you are going to hinder or prevent yourself from getting some of the things, if not all of the things that you want at a reasonable understanding when it comes to that credit. If you don't have it, if you do not have exceptional credit, you're going to find yourself living a lifestyle that you truly don't want to. And I can get into other dynamics of why this is so important, but I'm going to only get into one. The federal government has set a standard for you. It basically said you're only worth $7.25. Go back and look at the minimum wage. Look at the minimum wage from the federal government. It says $7.25. I don't think it's gone up in the last 24 hours. So it's still $7.25. Now they're just finally introducing or talking about raising it to $15. But just think about the history of the minimum wage. Minimum wage is really, really sad in this country. It's started out, I think, at 25 cents back in the 50s, and it's now made it up to $7.25. But think about that in the 50s. I think it's probably even earlier, but I can look it up, or you can look it up. Google it. I normally have these types of statistics right on the top of my head, but I've been doing so much in other realms, in the credit realm, but I'll have it for you. Anybody want to challenge me on it, please hit me back up. 805-428-9424. 805-428-9424. But my whole point is if you think about that, in the 40s or the 50s, it's now 2019. And we're talking about minimum. We're talking about a minimum standard. Do you know that it's about $18 a square foot to live here in Yonkers? $18 a square foot. So that means if you're making minimum $7.25 and that's all you have, or you might have a second job that's bringing in another $7.25, which roughly puts you at $14.50. You're still $4 or $3.50 shy of meeting that $18. You're still shy. So my whole point is this. You're going to need leverage. Leverage is not only the name of our business, credit recovery, but you're going to also need credit recovery. You're going to need a better understanding. You're going to need to know, how do I navigate through these times of where my income is not enough, and going to my employers or going to the government for relief is also not going to happen, because you can see under this current administration, he's doing everything he possibly can to divide poor people from poor people, which I don't get. I don't get. White poor people, I'm sorry to tell you, Trump is not your savior. Black poor people, we already know Trump is not our savior. There's a few sprinkles of blacks who like to dabble in that whole Trump thing. But hey, to each his own. I'm just here to talk to the ones who are conscientious, the ones who are understanding, the ones who are looking for, what can I personally do? Congress has its hands full, as I saw at the town halls. Thank you, Majority Leader. Oh my goodness, I hate forgetting names, but Andrea Stewart Cousins and Senator Shelley Myers, I believe it is. Thank you so much for allowing me to have the opportunity to sit back and talk with you for that few minutes of when you were here for the town halls. I do appreciate every time I get to see our state senators, and this invitation goes out to our elected officials now. Those of you who are running for office and to hold that high office. I've sent you out multiple times, whether it's in an Instagram, whether it's in a tweet, that come visit Yonkers, come visit me in Yonkers, come visit what I do, where I live, come visit and talk to me, the people who you should be talking to, not just those who you talk to on a regular basis. Talk to the well-informed consumers, the ones who get it, the ones who understand it, the ones who really are doing and attempting to do even more for their communities. But it seems like we're taboo. It seems like you may want to, but not really, because of whatever political situation that it might show or give light to. Personally, you shouldn't be thinking about that. You should be thinking whether or not I understand enough about what you want for us that I can go out and I can tell my friends and neighbors. That's what you really should be concerned about. Not about the photo op, not about the visual of what, oh my goodness, there's another one of those guys. Clearly you can tell I'm articulate. Clearly you can tell that I live in a situation that is not so demeaning of your appearance. But I think it's now time that you start talking to us. So the federal government has given up on its workers, and it gave up on its workers long time ago. It required that the private sector do its part, which the private sector did its part. It actually gave individuals better wages, but it wasn't going to do that because the standard of the federal government was way too low. So why should it go out and double, triple, quadruple what the federal government itself won't do? It'll do it for its congressional leaders. It'll do it for its elected officials. It will let its hands get washed and unwashed and all of these other circumstances that will help their parties, but it won't do much to help its people. And that's where we as citizens and as constituents now have to really start thinking, what can we do? Well, I'm going to tell you what you can do. One, the job you already have is not going to pay you enough, so don't go back to your employer. It would be nice, but I don't think a lot of us have the skill sets to go in and negotiate better wages. Two, it's not going to come from the federal government. We see Trump already dismantling every part of social mechanisms that he can dismantle. So those two areas you're not going to get relief from. It's going to come from you, and it's going to come from how you understand your data. How do you understand what your financial data is saying about you when you get ready to apply, when you get ready to reach out, when you get ready to, or even start thinking about that next financial opportunity? Most of us really do not understand it, and yet we're sabotaging every effort we have by not doing our due diligence. We now have smart individuals out there. I got to give it up to all of my colleagues who are in this round doing what I do, which is credit and helping people get a better understanding. Financial literacy, tops, foremost. I'm going to be pushing it all year. I'm going to be pushing it for the remainder of this year. Obviously, I'm going to be pushing it until I am no longer here. The good man has blessed me with the skill sets, the mind, the understanding, the abilities, the drive, the passion, the love, the honesty for this profession. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to knock it out the park. Knock it out the park. Financial literacy must become top priority in our neighborhoods. It must become top priority around the globe. When you think about it, if you think 80% of the population of the globe is impoverished, if you think about roughly about 70% of individuals in the United States don't have $400 in their bank account should emergency happen. And we've clearly now seen that with the shutting down of the government. Once that government shut down, those government jobs or those government employees, all of a sudden, the covers were pulled back. They don't have those safety mechanisms that they thought they had. So it's going to happen with the fact you're going to have to get a better credit understanding. You should still be able to go out in commerce. You should still be able to go out and do what you need to do when it comes to your money. But it should be working equally as hard for you as it is for all the businesses that you frequent on a regular basis. So our job here at Leverage Credit Recovery and the Leverage Credit Club is to help you get a better understanding. You, all of those people in my background. This is Yonkers. This is my view. This is where I look out every morning to get my inspiration. I'm looking out right over the Hudson River. That's the Hudson River back there behind me. So it's going, if you can't quite see it further down, but there's a little right there. There is a, where can we point at it? Let me see if I can get around to it. There, that right there. And right across from that is the George Washington Bridge. So I got a great view of the George Washington Bridge. I got a great view of my city from east to west. I live in a wonderful location. And all I want now is to make sure that Yonkers, Y-O-N-K-E-R-S, Yonkers, Y-O-N-K-E-R-S, and every citizen in this town has the ability to do what I'm doing right now. Live comfortably, live a lifestyle that is conducive of what you want, not based on anyone else, not based on nothing else that anyone else is attempting to do, but based on what you want. Start looking at how you can get there. Whether you get there by me, whether you get there by somebody else, find someone who can sit you down and get you engaged in your finances. Get over the embarrassment, get over the fear, because I'm telling you now, 6 months from now, where are you going to be? 12 months from now, where are you going to be? Are you going to be in the same place, or are you going to be better off? 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, where are you going to be? Are you going to be in a better place, or are you going to be in the same situation? And I can tell you right now, based on statistics, based on what I've seen over the last 2.5 of Trump, based on what I've seen over the 8 of Obama, a lot of us are still going to be in the same position. And it has nothing to do with the fact of Obama. He gave us a great economy. He set the bar so high for presidential understandings that I myself feel like, wow, when I speak, I should be speaking at that upper level of what President Obama brought to the table. But now we got Trump. And just like you, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I have no idea. I have no clue. I have no real grasp of this con man. All I know is that that's what he is. He's a con man. He's a con man. He got elected through fear. He scared the bejesus out of a lot of white folks. And again, y'all can twist my words and you can take it and make it out to be that, oh my God, I can't believe he's saying white and he's saying racist and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can say that for those weak-minded individuals that might have a problem with that. I have no problem with that. So you can call me whatever you want to call me. I know what I am and I know who I am. So not a racist, don't care about the word in one sense or another. So you all can get it twisted and keep circulating it around in your circles about, oh, we got to stop that one. Well, you can come on, try to stop me. Not stopping this. Okay, not stopping this. So racist, all that, not here, not over this way. Trump, on the other hand, and all of his enablers, absolutely. 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 Okay? He's misogynistic. He is xenophobic. He is all of those words that we all associate with, not crazy, I don't want to say crazy, but uber understanding of that white is right and everything else is wrong. So that's what I think of Trump. All right. But again, this economy that he's so-called riding on, it's not his. It's not his. I might give him maybe maybe 6 months of what's now happening. Yeah, that's possible. But what were those 6 months? What were they like? Topsy-turvy, up, down, up, down, up, down. Wasn't it last week that I believe we had an 800-point dip in the Dow? 800. We've had some of the largest dips in the Dow since Trump. So how does that really affect your 401k? Okay, so if you take an 800-point dip and then you gain maybe 100, maybe another 200, maybe another 300, you still lost quite a bit. But you don't equate that, and this is where I'm kind of confused. No, I take that back, because I said that in court one day. And I said that to an attorney, and the judge thought I was saying it to her, and she said, I don't get confused. So I agree. I don't get confused either. I'm at that age now where I understand fully. I understand fully what's going on. So Trump is a con man. His enablers are allowing him. But bringing it back to where I started, you, the citizen, you got to get a better understanding about your credit. If you do not, you can't fault anyone. If you do not, you can't blame anyone. If you do not, your circumstance will remain the same. The situation for all of those that you claim you love and you appreciate and you would only do what and all this for, it's only going to stay the same for them. Because you might be viewing this, and I hope you are viewing this. I hope more of you are viewing me speak to you. And if you are viewing this, it's now time. It's now time. You got to get up and decide, what do I want? I want you to go to your window and look outside. Is that the type of neighborhood you want to be in? Is that the type of situation that you want to see? Because if you don't, then change it. If you don't change it, who's going to change it for you? I already told you, your employer's not going to do it for you. The government's not going to do it for you. You have to want it more than me, because I'm here right now talking to you. You have to want it more than me, but I'm still going to be here. I'm going to be here every day. I'm going to be here every night. I'm going to be here every minute. Well, not every minute, because school starts for me. I'm also a teacher, so I love my outside profession inside of what I do as far as helping individuals understand credit. So that's teaching in itself as well. But I'm going to teach not only those who want, I'm teaching those who are required by law to get theirs, and that's even better. Because now I can show them from jump. Oh, whoa, what you're learning at home is still good. Mommy and daddy is still going to be there to make sure that you're protected and safe. But what you're going to learn here in school, not only going to help you far longer when mommy and daddy are gone, but it's going to help you with understanding what you have to do for you. For you. Starting at 6th grade, starting at 8th grade, 9th grade, no matter what. I like the kindergartners because they're great too, because they're so honest. My first year, my 3rd year of teaching with 1st grade, had a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Excellent, 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 excellent way of teaching kids some of these fundamentals that have now been withdrawn from the schooling system. If you want for yourself, you gotta want it more than the people who are offering. And that's what it is. It's an offer. But I've spoken now for 18 minutes and 27 seconds. And it's still counting. I really want you to start thinking about what it is you want in America. What it is you want Yonkers. I can't speak all for America, but I'm definitely going to speak from the city right here over my shoulder, which is Yonkers. So what do you want, Yonkers? This is mainly directed at my Yonkers people, my New York people, my Brooklyn people, my Bronx people, my Queens people, my White Plains people, my Pleasantville people, my Poughkeepsie people, my Westchester County people. This is directed to New York State, but as I stated, primarily here at home. I'm going to take care of home first no matter what, but everybody else on board, hey, I can help you. Social media is here to do this. Without this platform right here, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be doing it, but on a much smaller level. But now I'm doing it because the world is at my finger. YouTube has given me now the platform, so the world is there. So now I'm calling on you, Yonkers. I'm calling on all those neighboring communities that are building these beautiful high-rises, that are starting with beautifications of their riverfront areas and migrating slowly within their communities. Let's give our citizens the opportunity to also equally partake in that. Don't let these buildings just pop up and then they sit empty. Let's help our citizens get in there. And the number one way of helping our citizens get into those situations and off of these social programs is to make sure that they have a financial understanding and a well-balanced life. I love you, Yonkers, and I appreciate you. Antonio, my friend at Thruway, that's my next passionate guy. Appreciate him so much. Only reason why I bring him up is because things go in stages. I do the credit piece, and he's my next guy that I reach out to when it's also about making sure that you're protected on every single level. So we have a game plan. We have a structure set up for you. We take care of you so you can take care of yours. I love you, Yonkers. Peace out.